Eminem's road to becoming one of the best-selling artists in hip-hop history didn't come as easy as many would think. Eminem's illustrious career has been filled with ups and downs, but probably one of his most controversial situations he has been a part of happened around 1999 when his mother, Debbie Mathers, managed to sue Eminem due to lyrics in some of his songs where she felt he defamed her. Did Eminem's mother really feel defamed by her own son's music? Or was it all a scheme to make quick money from her rich and famous son? Marshall's childhood was far from what you may expected. His parents, Marshall Bruce Mathers Jr. and Deborah Ray Nelson, were both teenagers at the time of his birth and struggled with drug addiction and financial instability. His father walked out of his life at a very young age, and due to this he was raised primarily by his mother, who moved the family frequently and struggled to provide for her children. In many of his songs, Eminem has referenced the difficult relationship he had with his mother. He has spoken openly about her drug addiction and the neglect he experienced as a child. Like on his 2002 track Cleanin' Out My Closet, Eminem raps, "Witnessing your mama popping prescription pills in the kitchen," saying that someone's always going through her purse and stuff was missing, going through public housing systems, victim of Munchausen syndrome. "My whole life I was made to believe I was sick when I wasn't. Till I grew up, now I blew up, it makes you sick to your stomach." And another on the song My Mom, saying, "My mom loved Valium and lots of drugs, that's why I am like I am, cause him like her." These lyrics were highly critical of his mother. Although Debbie Mathers has disputed some of Eminem's claims about their relationship, and has accused him of exaggerating and fabricating stories for the sake of his music career. She has also criticized him for publicly airing their family's private struggles.
The mob for being spit on and being called, you disgusting pig. It's sad because people are passing judgment by listening to Marshall's songs.
Eventually, on September 20th, 1999, Debbie found the first lawyer she found in the Yellow Pages and ended up filing a defamation lawsuit for $10 million in 1999, claiming that Marshall was lying about his upbringing and slandering her.
To portray this really bad image of like we never had a place to stay, we lived off relatives, I never worked a day in my life.
But what of the other nasty things he says about his own mother?
He says you were neglectful.
No.
Pill popping.
No.
Welfare collecting.
No.
In the lawsuit, Mathers claimed that the lyrics had caused her emotional distress and had damaged her reputation. She also claimed that Eminem had violated her privacy by revealing personal information about her in his songs. In response to the suit at the time, the rapper's lawyer Paul Rosenberg said in a statement, "Eminem's life is reflected in his music. Everything he has said can be verified as true. Truth is an absolute defense to a claim of defamation." This lawsuit does not come as a surprise to Eminem. His mother has been threatening to sue him since the success of his single, My Name Is. It is merely the result of a lifelong strained relationship between him and mother. Regardless, it is still painful to be sued by your mother, and therefore the lawsuit will only be dealt with through legal channels. Eminem also responded to the lawsuit by arguing that his lyrics were protected by the First Amendment, which guarantees freedom of speech. He also argued that his lyrics were not intended to be taken literally, and that they were simply a form of artistic expression. However, this didn't stop Marshall, as in his new released album at the time, the Marshall Mathers LP. He can be heard in his lyrics saying, "My mom's suing for 10 million. She must want $1 for every pill I've been stealing, where you think I picked up the habit. All I had to do was lift up her mattress." And in a somewhat hilarious comeback, due to him still releasing music on the situation, she decided to come out with a diss track of her own.
And with her own music.
We have a problem, Marshall. The past 2 years, something really went wrong.
In a new CD called Set the Record Straight, Debbie Mathers, more of a reader than a rapper, delivers a message to her golden-haired son.
Will the real Marshall Mathers please stand up and take responsibility for his actions? With the release of the CD, it was one of the ways for me to get my feelings out there to my son and the public.
The case went to trial in 2001, and both Eminem and his mother testified in court. During the trial, Eminem's attorneys argued that his lyrics were protected by the First Amendment and were intended as a form of artistic expression rather than literal statements. They also questioned Mathers's credibility as a witness, pointing out inconsistencies in her testimony. Ultimately, the jury found in favor of Eminem and dismissed Mathers's claims. The judge in the case stated that the lyrics in question were not meant to be taken literally and were protected by the First Amendment. However, the legal battle between Eminem and his mother did not end there. Mathers filed another lawsuit against her son in 2002, this time claiming that he owed her $10 million in defamation damages. The case was eventually settled out of court in 2005, with the terms of the settlement remaining confidential. 2 years later, Debbie was awarded a settlement, but the staggering $10 million she'd originally pushed for was shaved down $25,000. Meanwhile, a final ruling from Macomb County Circuit Court Judge Mark Switelski found that of the $25,000, Debbie was entitled to just $1,600, with the rest of the dosh going to her lawyer, Fred Gibson. Speaking after the ruling, Gibson said the $23,354 was not enough. This is not the last laugh because she was the most high-maintenance client I've had in my legal career. That amount was a far cry to the time I dedicated to her personally and to the legal action. Overall, the legal process in the Eminem and his mother's lawsuit involved multiple court appearances and a complex debate over the limits of artistic expression and freedom of speech. The lawsuit filed by Debbie Mathers against her son Eminem had a significant impact on both his personal life and his reputation as an artist. At the time of the lawsuit, Eminem was one of the most popular and controversial rappers in the world, known for his provocative lyrics and controversial public persona. From a personal standpoint, the lawsuit added to the already strained relationship between Eminem and his mother. The two had a tumultuous history, and the lawsuit only served to exacerbate their differences.
When was the last time you talked?
It's probably been a couple of years, probably about 3, maybe 4 years, something like that.
However, the lawsuit also gave Eminem the opportunity to speak out publicly about his troubled childhood and the impact it had on his music and his life. In terms of his reputation as an artist, the lawsuit brought to light the question of whether or not Eminem's lyrics should be taken literally or viewed as a form of artistic expression. Some critics argued that his lyrics about his mother were hurtful and offensive, while others defended them as a legitimate form of artistic expression. Despite the controversy surrounding the lawsuit, Eminem's popularity and influence as a rapper continued to grow in the years following the case. He continued to release successful albums and singles, and his influence on the world of hip-hop and popular culture remained significant. Ultimately, while the lawsuit with his mother may have had some impact on Eminem personally and professionally, it did not significantly diminish his status as one of the most important and influential rappers of his generation. The lawsuit also had a significant impact on their already strained relationship. The legal battle played out in the public eye and was widely covered by the media, which only added to the tension between the two. The lawsuit only served to exacerbate these issues, with Eminem publicly defending his lyrics as a form of artistic expression and his mother accusing him of defamation and emotional distress. The two appeared to be at odds throughout the legal process, with little hope of reconciliation. However, in the years following the lawsuit, there were some signs that Eminem and his mother may have reconciled to some extent. In interviews, Eminem has said that he has tried to repair his relationship with his mother, and he has even written some songs that express a more positive view of their relationship, like Headlight, where he said, "Went in headfirst, never thinking about who, what I said hurt. In what verse my mom probably got it the worst, the brunt of it. But as stubborn as we are, did I take it too far? Cleaning out my closet and all them other songs. But regardless, I don't hate you 'cause ma, you're still beautiful to me. 'Cause you're my ma." Debbie Mathers, for her part, has also expressed a desire to reconcile with her son. In a 2013 interview, she stated that she was proud of Eminem's success and that she hoped they could put their past behind them. Overall, while the lawsuit had a significant impact on Eminem and his mother's relationship, it seems that the two may have made up.